True leadership, I would say a leader is a one who leads by example. Air quality index, AQI, that's again a big subject. So organizations these days, they have like a lot of technology installed in their offices to improve the air quality.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the esteemed FaceTime with Leaders, an initiative by World Development Corporation. I'm Sunny Pancholi, anchor at World Development Corporation. FaceTime with Leaders is a platform for industry titans to share their experiences, thoughts, ideas, and best practices in order to inspire one another and future leaders. In a nutshell, we attempt to encapsulate the multi-decadal learnings acquired by these industry leaders. We also hope that by conducting these FaceTime with Leaders interviews, we can bring together a global community of eminent personalities. By bringing together such visionaries on one platform, we hope to play a part in inspiring the lives of other leaders. Great learnings from great leaders undoubtedly assist everyone by identifying, nurturing, and using the trade secrets that are proven success formulas for many. And this is what we aim for with these sessions by making them a gathering of industry stalwarts and a knowledge sharing community. We have one such industry giant on FaceTime with Leaders with us today, Mr. Mohd Raghib. He is a forward-thinking facility management professional with an impressive career spanning nearly 2 decades. His journey from an educational background rooted in hotel management to achieving certifications and expertise in various facets of facility management, supply chain management, strategic management, project management, and Six Sigma certification showcases his commitment to continuous growth and development. In terms of his leadership skills, he has managed diverse teams overseeing soft services, technical services, compliance, audits, budget controls, and project management. Currently, he is designated as Senior Manager Facilities at CBRE South Asia Private Limited. Welcome to FaceTime with Leaders. We appreciate your willingness to share your knowledge and engage in this conversation.
Thank you so much, Sunny, for inviting me for such a good platform and giving such a wonderful introduction. And it would be great, nice having a conversation with you. So nice to interact with.
Likewise. So, Mr. Raghib, could you let our viewers know in brief about your career journey?
Sure. After my hotel management, I started my first job with EXL. That's an international BPO at Noida. I started there as a facility executive, and I was taking care of general administration and soft services, managing housekeeping, security, maintenance, cafeteria. That was the in brief about the soft profile. And I was with them for about 5.5 years. Then I moved to Religare. Religare, like I was heading the administration for the BPO vertical of Religare, managing their six office premises in NCR and also supporting pan-India branches. After Religare, I moved to Assotech Limited. That's a real estate company in Noida. So I was heading the administration to them, reporting into general manager HR, and I was taking care of. I was heading like 3 apartment locations and 4 commercial locations in NCR. And after Assotech, like I moved to JLL, that is Jones Lang LaSalle, one of the leading facility management company. So with JLL, I worked for 4 clients. One was like I was a facility manager for Blackrock services, then Coal Technology, then with Accenture, I was the city lead for Noida. So for all the Accenture Noida offices were like in my purview from facilities and administration perspective. Then after Accenture, I moved to Pearson Education. That was my last account with JLL. So for Pearson, like I was managing all their India offices as well as Sri Lanka offices. And after Pearson account, like I left JLL, and I mean that was again a COVID window. So in between that window, like I worked for 2 companies. I worked for Cushman and Wakefield for a small 2 months contract, and after that I worked for ISS facility management company, and I was taking care of Boston Consulting Group office in DLF Cyber Park, Gurgaon. So with them also it was about a year's time, and along with my like in my career journey, like I also upgraded my studies. So when I started, I was a fresh hotel management graduate. So after my hotel management, along with my job, I did my MBA. Then I did project management from IIT, and then I have two certifications from IACT. One was in like supply chain management, one in strategic management. Then I have two certifications from IFMA, that's the International Facility Management Association. So one is in strategically sustainable FM, and second is from managers to leaders. Then I also have like Six Sigma certifications. So I have Lean, I have Green Belt, I have Black Belt, and apart from this, I'm also an internationally certified coach, and that's from Coach Development Association. So these are like I would say the broad pictures. Like apart from this, I would say I would have 100 more certifications supporting in my field. So that's I would say in brief the career journey has been so far. So I like learning whether it's educationally, theoretically, or practically interacting with people. So I try to learn from everyone everywhere.
Thank you for the excellent start to this interview. It's an honor to interact with someone who exudes such a strong corporate personality. So, to continue our conversation, we would like to know which of your job roles have you enjoyed the most and which do you find the most challenging one?
Well, I would say I loved all my jobs and I learned from everywhere. But specifically to answer this question, like I really enjoyed my tenure with EXL. I mean, I was fresh in the industry at that point of time with a great learning motive. So that was like, I mean, that company gave me a very good foundation of my particular department of managing facilities and administration. So the processes I learned there, like that, those helped me throughout my career till now, I'll say. So I never got stuck anywhere because of the process. So the learnings there were really good. And if I talk about the team, we were like about a 50 to 60 teammates of, I would say, similar age group. So it was like a very good tenure of learning, interaction, working. So we enjoyed that tenure. And if I talk about like the one which was most challenging, so I'll say Accenture was one of the most challenging roles, wherein like I was working as a city lead for Noida offices, and I had a good team of about 200 plus if I include the support staff also. So managing all those offices with such a great team was really good. The best part of that this role was like when I worked with Accenture, like every small transaction there, that was like policy driven. We had very good standard operating procedures, what we call in facilities SOPs, defined for every small transactions. So they were like a lot many checklists, lot many reporting structures, mechanisms. So number of con calls we used to have. So I would say a very well process oriented, well defined work environment from facilities perspective. So it was great from learning perspective also, and challenging because like I learned a lot of good things regarding my portfolio, my domain, working with Accenture.
Interesting. That's very interesting. So, building on that, we would like to know what, according to you, amounts to true leadership.
True leadership, I would say a leader is a one who leads by example, right? So they motivate their team, they stand with their team to support anywhere they are stuck. So our leader is the one who values, I would say, integrity, relationship. They nurtures talent in their team, and then they talk about mission, they talk about vision. They are courageous. They can motivate team. They can show them their long-term goals and short-term goals. And of course, they are a very good listener. So I would say these are some of the qualities of leader. So which separates him from a normal manager. That you can stand with the team, you can work with them, you can motivate them, and you can of course inspire them. So that's it in brief. I'll say.
Absolutely, Mr. Raghib. So now that we have discussed your career journey, your professional pursuits, roles, and responsibility, let's move on to the subject of corporate governance. So our viewers would like to know how and when did you develop an interest in corporate governance?
Well, that's a very interesting question, Sunny. I'll say. So, if I, as we discussed, like it's been about 2 decades in the corporate world, right? So like I have gone through lots of ups and downs. There were a lot of learnings. There were falls and rises. So learned about good and best industry practices. So now the question comes like where to utilize this education or experience. So like I was just coming across few of the ads also regarding this corporate governance. So like arose some interest in me. So I thought like this would be the right channel wherein like I thought of making an entry into the boardroom, which is like I would say the actual playground for corporate governance, right? So wherein like we can utilize our knowledge and experience, and we can share that with the for the goodwill and for the values of the company, for the to develop a good culture in a company if we drive them that ethical way. So I would say that's what inspired me to come and like join the corporate governance field, wherein like we can utilize our knowledge. Moreover, like we get certified by becoming an independent director, getting certified by Ministry of Corporate Affairs India. So that I believe like it was the right channel wherein I can get into this field and I can give more value add to the organizations I work with. So that's it.
Rightly said, Mr. Raghib. So before we conclude our discussion on this particular subject, I would like to ask you, as a corporate governance expert, what values do you bring to the table?
Well, I would say corporate governance, like it's a set of principles, policies, and procedures which guide an organization and which guide an organization for in their decision-making processes, right? So, for a corporate governance expert, what matters is like I would say integrity, right practices, proper disclosures, being transparent, being fair, fairness in transactions, following the ethical behavior. So, being a corporate governance expert, like one can table all these values in the board culture, and simultaneously that gets downloaded to the entire organization. So if we drive the corporate culture through these principles, which values like which are I would say one is they are inclined with the mission and the vision and the values of the organization itself, right? So and keeping all those as a foundation and then developing a culture of a company, like it really helps that to move in the right direction. So I would say integrity, fairness, keeping the transactions transparent, fair, sharing the disclosures wherever required, ethical behavior. These are some of the values which should be incorporated into the culture of the organization while decision making, and of course, taking care of the shareholders. We have a responsibility towards them also. So it's a really a great responsibility to look at the things from their point of view also. And we can simultaneously also talk about broad pictures of like corporate social responsibilities. Then the world is talking about ESG, environmental social governance, right? So we can incorporate, if we can incorporate these values into the right foundation, then it really helps to grow the organization culture in the right manner, in the right direction, right?
That was an amazing answer to this question and a very insightful one. Okay, so let's dive into another subject. Let's talk about technology space. So, what are some of the most remarkable changes you have seen in your field with changes in technology? And what changes do you expect to see with the advent of IoT, AI, ML, blockchain, Web 3.0, big data, etc.?
Well, that's again a very interesting question. So technology is like evolving like anything. So it is going to like I would say transform the entire way we work or we live. So coming to my particular department, I'll say I'll give just one or two examples. Like technology is, I would say, we are talking about automation in everything. So reduce man efforts and more of technology, and that really helps in increasing the efficiency. So I'll give one or two small examples. For example, if we talk about visitor management system, anybody who comes to office at a reception, earlier it used to be a manual visitor card that used to be prepared by the security, and the person used to enter the office after that. Now we have options with the help of technology there, wherein if my visitor is coming, I can send them a link, and they can just fill in their details there, and they can also capture their own picture with the help of their own phone. So by the time they reach office, as a visitor, they have the ID card ready in their phone, so they can come, they can just show it, and they can move ahead. So that's how the technology is evolving. That's one example. Then if we talk about air quality index, AQI, that's again a big subject. So organizations these days, they have like a lot of technology installed in their offices to improve the air quality, and they also display those air quality parameters at the reception or some other prominent places, wherein it shows like how good air quality is inside the office, or and how is it different from the outside. So that's another thing. Then light management system is another example. Like that's some of the one of the latest things. So light management system, how it works is, it even captures the sunlight, like the blinds what we have at the windows. If the sunlight is sufficient, then they will move up automatically. If the sunlight reduces, it will come down automatically. And we have sensors installed in the light, so no more switching on off light and so putting it off. So it works automatically. Any movement there, they catches the motion. Those are the motion sensors. So anybody comes in, the light will switch on automatically. Anybody moves out, it switches off. So that really helps to save on power. So these are some of the good sustainable practices. So world is talking about sustainability. So these are some of the good things. We are talking about net zero. Net zero is something like whatever energy we consume as a building, we also like generate a similar amount. So that is the goal. Net zero, although is a Herculean task, but yes, the organizations are working towards it. So we're talking about green buildings now. So I'll say in organizations, like the technology is being evolving, and it is being adopted in a positive manner also. Now coming to like the other technologies, what we have like IoT, AI, ML. So I will say IoT, like Internet of Things, it's everywhere. So it will help us to, we'll have better work environment, better, I would say we'll have smart homes, smart offices, smart transportation system. So Internet is required everywhere. Then if we talk about like artificial intelligence or machine learning, so it is again like helping to uh, increase the efficiency of the transactions we do, right? We get more precise data, refined data. So there's less of manual efforts required there. We can smartly do the overview and bring the final content there. So artificial intelligence and machine learning, I would say, like, I mean, they will help increase the efficiency like anything. And if we move with like blockchain is something like that will help to reduce the fraudulent efforts, and it will have a more, I would say, restriction for frauds, and more secure transactions we'll have. If we talk about like big data, so there we can have like more personalized experience. We can give more personalized experience to our customers with the data that's managed in big data. And if we talk about like blockchain again, like it secures the transactions what we have. And if we talk about Web3, so Web3 is like again like it increases the privacy controls, and it makes the transactions secure. It supports in risk management. So I mean, the best part is like what would be more interesting is now here we are as of now. So from here, how it is going to evolve and how it is going to grow further, that would be quite interesting, and we look forward how it works.
Amazing. Amazing. So this brings us to the last question of the session. And here it is. We are building a community of industry magnates. The move is meant for cross-pollination of knowledge and building a knowledge-sharing community of corporate giants and industry experts. So what are your thoughts about these initiatives taken by Mr. Zishan Pathan, Mr. Hibil Mehta, and the whole team of World Development Corporation?
Well, I would say it's a great initiative, and I would like to personally and genuinely thank to Mr. like Zishan Pathan, Mr. Hibil Mehta, and the entire, I'll say, world World Development Corporation team for taking such a nice initiative wherein they are bringing under one roof so many people with experience. So I would say the average experience is 15 20 years minimum. So when a person is at such a stage, they can always give value add to the organizations they work with the package of experience they are carrying on their backs, right? So they have different mindsets. So if we talk about the corporate experience, like corporate governance, so it talks about emerging trends. It talks about best industry practices. It talks about ethical behavior, integrity. And then we also by getting into such a community, we also come across what all is going wrong, what all incorrect practices are going on in the world. We come to know, so we discuss, we learn, and we try to correct the way how we work. So I would say, I mean, corporate governance is such a huge subject wherein by entering into such a good community, we can talk about board composition, we can talk about risk management, we can talk about diversity, stakeholder engagements, ethical behavior. So this would be, I would say, a very great community that will help the corporate world to pick up the right professionals and who can give value add to their particular organizations. And we can also talk about broad subjects. We talk about from social perspective like ESG and corporate social responsibilities. So overall, I would say it's a really great initiative that this complete team has taken to build up this community, and it would be a hub for all the corporate world to get the resources from here, and that would be, and those people would be adding values to their boardrooms, to their organization, to their corporate culture. So it would be really great.
Fantastic. Fantastic. It was fantastic conversing with you, and I'm confident that your insights will inspire future leaders. Thank you, Mr. Mohammed, for joining us today. Wish you the best for your future endeavors. Moreover, trust that this initiative by Directors Institute has unquestionably expanded the participants' understanding and enriched their minds.
Fine. Thank you so much, Sunny, for giving your time and inviting me to such a great platform. It was really nice interacting with you, and I would like this journey to be a really long with to be associated with such a good group. Fine.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.